Welcome back to the news tonight. Now moving on, under the right to education, schools have to adhere to certain norms. But sadly, children in many schools in India do not even have access to a roof above their heads. This is a special report coming in from Aligarh. Take a look.
Business as usual at the primary school in Pala Sahibabad area of Aligarh. A school that has no walls, no roof, not even a decent floor. The school shifted here nearly 26 years ago, but even then the building was in a bad condition. With a monthly rent of 165 rupees that the landlord gets, he wants the school out of his prime land as soon as possible. The district administration neither increases the rent nor moves the school to another location. So amidst all this, it's the students and the teachers who suffer.
मैंने सर वहाँ टॉयलेट की व्यवस्था नहीं है, मैं लेडी हूँ, कहाँ जाऊँ रोज रोज।
ओनर जो है तैयार होगा तो मैं उसमें 3 एडिशनल क्लासरूम में दे सकता हूँ उसको आराम से। जो आपने जगह देखा उसमें काफ़ी पर्याप्त जगह है, उसमें जो 3 एडिशनल क्लासरूम बन सकते हैं हमें। लेकिन चूंकि वो किराए का भवन है उसमें हम लोग जब तक उसकी सहमत ना होगी, एग्रीमेंट नहीं होगा, तब तक नहीं दे सकते हैं, इसलिए वो स्थिति आ रही है किराए की।
The students belong to very poor families, and it seems the only incentive that keeps bringing them to school is the midday meal scheme.
Enrollment in this school has been steadily declining over the years. Some years back, when there were still a few walls in this school, there were a few hundred students. But today, you can see the reality. Yes, this is definitely the reality of the Indian education system. In Aligarh, with Adnan Khan and camera person Gauri Prasad, this is Anjali Istwal for NDTV.
Let's move on now. It was a royal victory for the Bangalore Royal Challengers against the Chennai Super Kings. Chris Gayle's blazing form in the IPL continued as he butchered the Super Kings to score an unbeaten 75 of 50 balls to a comprehensive 8-wicket win here on Sunday. The win puts RCB on top of the table with 19 points and, more importantly, gives them a match more to reach the final in case they lose the first playoffs. Earlier, the Super Kings put up a modest 128 for 8. Dhoni was the only saving grace in the CSK innings, who scored 70 to put up a decent total.
Good shot, very good shot. Batsman would like at the end of innings.
And finally, Rajinikanth will always be remembered by his punch dialogues and his larger-than-life persona. When he took to illness a while ago, the nation prayed. Well, he has now been shifted from the ICU to a private ward at the Sri Ramachandra Medical College. Guess this shows that prayers do not go in vain. Take a look at the superstar's immense fan following in the South in this report by our executive editor for English News, Sanjay Pinto.
Playing to the gallery, Rajini style. If the superstar began his life as a bus conductor, his roles in many of his films have not been very different. He's acted as a labourer, a barber, a milkman, an auto driver. Almost every Rajinikanth film has served as a platform for messages, sometimes direct, but more often subtle. From the political overtones in Padayappa to the fury of a common man in Basha, from the dream big attitude in Annamalai to the evil of black money in Shivaji, sermons have almost become an essential ingredient of the Rajini magic.
Rajini is a reformer. He wants to change the society for the betterment of the common man.
Ask his co-stars in the past and they'll tell you why the superstar prefers to preach.
People in Tamil Nadu, it's like one word from Rajinikanth and everybody wants to hear.
Ask director Shankar and he'll tell you why Rajini is the best bet when it comes to stirring social consciousness.
Some of the good things what I have imagined, I cannot put in other actors. Only I can try with Mr. Rajinikanth.
Part of that altruistic influence perhaps comes from his better half, who runs a charitable trust in a school.
I think it's his down-to-earth nature. I think it's his inner personality that comes out.
In Chennai, Sanjay Pinto, NDTV.
Well, that's all we have for you at the moment. But coming up next is a special show on the superstar Rajinikanth himself. Stay tuned to NDTV Hindu.